Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I promised you guys that I was going to be bringing a lot of videos on marriages, so we could learn from people's mistake. We don't have to wait till it happens to us before we learn. I know that a lot of people are beginning to say, oh, with all this that is happening, I'm no longer going to get married. That means he never wanted to get married to start with. Don't allow what is happening to others, deter you from wanting to get married. It should be a learning curve for you. That's the way I see it. All these videos, I see it like as a learning curve. What did they do wrong that I should learn from so that I won't repeat when it's my time? I don't know if that is making sense. But today's video is about a woman that knew her marriage was never going to last on her wedding night. Her wedding night, the day she got married. Let's hear.
Y'all want to know something funny? I knew my marriage wasn't going to work the night of my wedding. Granted, I knew it wasn't going to work before then, but I knew 100% it wasn't going to work the night of my wedding because the night of my wedding night, y'all, instead of sleeping in the bed with him, I slept in the bed with my sister, Alex, who was my maid of honor, right? So there's a lot more that goes into that story. But yeah, lo and behold, exactly 1 year later, we were separated, and exactly 1 year and 1 day after that, we were divorced. Well, always listen to your gut, y'all. All right, so here's
So there's something, guys, here. There's something she said. I don't know if you guys picked it. That she knew it was not going to last, but she knew 100% on the wedding of her night. Did did somebody catch that? So why did she have to wait to the wedding of the night when she knew she was already getting the feeling? We women, we are quick to say, oh, gut feeling, gut feeling. Why is it that we don't learn to follow it? I think more women should learn to follow, like we should learn to follow our guts now. Don't allow what people around us are saying. I know that a lot of people are saying, oh, you guys are so cute together. You guys will make cute babies. You guys will be so nice together. Meanwhile, in your heart of hearts, she knows that this is not the person you want. Whether you're a man or you're a woman listening to this, when you started getting the feeling that this might not work, no matter how close the wedding gets. See, it's better a broken heart than a broken marriage. In my own book, it's better I have a broken heart than a broken marriage. So even if it's few hours to the wedding, it's still okay to call it off. I know it's to cause a lot of chaos, but it's better than the future chaos. I don't know if that makes sense. But let's hear the full story. She's about to tell us the full story, so let's hear it.
y'all part two on how I knew my marriage was not going to work the day of my wedding. Okay, so like I said in the first video, I knew it wasn't going to work before then, but everything got solidified the day we said I do. So just a little context for you guys. We got married June 19th, 2021, but we were supposed to get married December of 2020. The reason we didn't get married in December of 2020 is because he said he didn't want to get married in December of 2020, and my silly behind stayed. So by the time we got married, we had been dating a month shy of 2 years. So meaning if we got married in December, we would have just been dating for a year and a half. And yes, I know that seems really, really fast, but he had went away to boot camp in July of 2020. So it was still the peak of COVID, and he didn't end up coming home until November because he just kept getting recycled every time somebody in his unit popped up with COVID, right? So at those times, we could only send each other letters back and forth. So we weren't speaking over the phone or anything for like a few months. It was only through letters. And you know the saying, distance makes the heart fonder. Yes, we were delusional in that way. So when he asked me to marry him, he asked me to marry him through a letter. And of course, my silly behind said, yes, of course. And as we
Okay, I have a question, guys. I have a question. She said her silly behind. So is it bad to ask somebody to marry you through letters? I know that a lot of people that this has worked for. For the fact that it didn't work for them does not mean, oh, is it's a bad way to ask somebody to marry. I guess the guy just knew that, oh, I have to just ask her now. Since the writing of letter has been working for them, so why can't you work for the marriage? I'm just asking. Do you think that was also an indicator that she ignored? Let me know in the comment section.
Kept messaging each other and sending each other letters. He would say, okay, when I come home, I'm gonna marry you, this and that. And I was just so in love, so enamored by this guy. Like, of course I was so happy, and I was like, of course, whatever. So fast forward, he tells me he's gonna marry me. He tells me to start the process, right? He tells me, like, yeah, start making the invitations. Yeah, start inviting your family. Tell your family, yes, we're gonna get married. When I come home, I'm gonna marry you, right? So he finally comes home November, I believe it was November 5th of 2020. He finally comes home, and y'all, I threw him this really big party. So y'all remember in the height of COVID, we used to do the drive-through things? Yes, I threw him a really big drive-through party. I'm talking, I invited all of his friends, all of his family. I cooked all of his
Wow.
favorite meals, bought desserts, set the whole thing up really nicely. And in my head, it was a surprise, right? But somehow he knew. I think his mom spilled the beans because that seems very on par. But yeah, so he knew. And so he had planned to just stack his surprise on top of my surprise. So he ended up proposing to me in person at that party. And come to find out, I didn't even find out like until after we got divorced that he didn't pick out my engagement ring, y'all. My sister did. And then when she told him that I would want a better ring, he wasn't willing to spend the money. But anyways, we get engaged and we're trying to start the process because in my mind, I'm planning the wedding, like he told me to. Like we both, said that we were going to get married. And then he comes home and he does a complete 180, y'all. Like just changes his mind. It was like the craziest thing. I was devastated. And just to go back a little bit, I was a full-time student at this time. And so I was going to school and I was planning a wedding. I had invitations already that was made. I had a dress that was made. I was doing walkthroughs for venues. Like, y'all, this whole thing during this entire process, he was telling me, yes, keep going, do it. Like, keep planning. And when I come home, we're going to get married. I can't help you because I'm away at boot camp. But when I come home, we're going to get married. I'm going to marry you. So, like, when he got home and completely, like, changed his mind, y'all, my world was shattered. I was like, how am I supposed to tell my family that I'm not getting married anymore? So, silly me, we ended up moving in together that December. I ended up leaving everything here back in Pennsylvania and moving to New Jersey. Didn't finish school, and because I was going to Eastern University at the time, and I didn't finish. I completed one semester there, and then I moved up here, right? So fast forward, we were supposed to get married December 2020. There
Okay. Okay. Guys, see, we're already seeing, even me, I'm already seeing something wrong here. How would a man that wants to marry you be okay with you dropping out from school? Ah, no, when she said that, the way the thing just hit me. No, no. See, let's not even talk about him coming back and doing 180 on her that she doesn't want to marry again. That should have gotten her started thinking. Is it that she didn't listen to her family and friends? I'm sure they must have been telling her that, why are you quitting school? Why is he not getting married again? She's even worried about what their people will say. She didn't say anything if they warn her that something is wrong somewhere. This person that was pressurizing you that let's get married, he proposed to you while he was on camp, only for him to come back and say he's not getting married again. Something must have tipped him off. So they didn't even talk about it, and the next thing we are moving state to go and live in with the person. This is why I don't like cohabitation. No matter how you guys package it, I do not like it. Clouds your judgment. Something is already wrong, and you're not going to move in with the person. person that didn't say that is delaying on getting married to you, you're not going to move in with him. Come on, guys. No.
December 2020. There ended up in Philly. There ended up being another shutdown, which caused us to not get married in Philly. But before then, he already told me that he didn't want to get married. So this whole thing, like the shutdown, everything just kind of solidified it for him. Like he thought it was a sign from God that we weren't supposed to get married. And granted, it probably was, but you don't get to tell me that you gonna marry me, blah, 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 have me doing everything, and then you get to tell me that, oh no, you're not gonna marry me? Nizal. So fast forward, we don't get married in December. We decide, okay, we're gonna get married in June. And he's like, all right, I wanna do marriage counseling and I wanna do it with my pastor. Y'all, I disliked his pastor so much. His pastor had like the most narcissistic tendencies. I just knew something was up with him. Like it wasn't for me. And so when we were doing marriage counseling with him, we did it for 6 months and I hated every single second of it, y'all. Nothing about this process was enjoyable. So we're going to marriage counseling and we're planning a wedding, right? We were like, okay, we have 6 extra months to plan a wedding. Let's add some more people because initially we were going to do like a really tiny micro wedding, like 15 people, our closest family, like that was it. So now we were able to, extend those invitations to, I believe it was about 50 people we had at the wedding. And the entire wedding process, y'all, was hell. The entire wedding, y'all, I paid for it. My family paid for it. And granted, I know that traditionally it is the bride's family who pays for the weddings. But for you as a husband or as a groom to not even put up like barely any money is insane. I paid for about 90% of the wedding and he probably paid 10%. His family gave a little bit of money, but it was mainly me and my family. We did everything. Paid for everything, got the caterers, did everything. I was doing every single step of this wedding, y'all. It was just so stressful and like every day we're arguing. Like it was just the worst. He was telling me he wanted to get married. He was telling me he didn't want to get married. Then he would say he wanted to get married. And then he would say he didn't want to get married in the span of the 6 months that I'm planning the wedding. But I'm just keep going. I'm just keep pushing. I did the invitations. I made the invitations by myself. I sent them out by myself. I went out and got my dress by myself. I even picked out a place for him and his groomsmen to get tuxedos. And he didn't even purchase his tuxedo until a month before the wedding. And I'm being gracious with that time. So yeah, everything fell on me. So I was really stressed. So the day of the wedding, I didn't even know this guy was going to show up. He was so back and forth in this relationship. Like in my mind, I was just thinking like, dang, hopefully he shows up. Yeah, so we end up getting married. We have our reception. This is all taking place in like King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. We have the reception, right? And after all this stress of the wedding, all the money that I spent so much money, probably about like $10,000. Yeah, we at the wedding, we at the reception, and I'm like, time for me to enjoy my party. I'm already stressed. Like, I'm like, oh, is this marriage gonna work? Probably not. Knew it wasn't. He was too back and forth. There was no consistency in that relationship at all. I knew he didn't want to be married. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, what did I just do? Like, why am I really forcing this? So at the reception, I get toe up, honey. It was buffet style and it was BYOB. So after I spent all this bread, heck yeah, I was going to enjoy my party. And I was in my drinking era, so I was drinking it down, honey. I got so lit. OMG. Like, I don't even remember most of it. From the last thing that my sister told me is that I went up to the room, to her hotel room that we were all getting dressed in that morning. I went up to her hotel room and I ended up falling asleep in the bed with her. I woke up, it was 7 o'clock in the morning, y'all. 7 a.m. and I'm like, oh snap. Like I look over to my left and it's my sister. We're both knocked out. I'm like, Alex, I fell asleep. Alex, I fell asleep in the bed with you. And then I hurried up and went back up to our room. I don't even know, like, ugh. But to this day, I'm happy that I fell asleep in the bed with her. It was the best sleep that I ever had to this day. But yeah, a few days after that, y'all, we ended up going on our honeymoon, and it was the honeymoon from hell. Oh my gosh. So, like and follow for more if you want to know about the honeymoon, and if you want to know about anything else, just make sure you hit that follow button.
Guys, to be honest, if we're being honest, she saw it coming and she still went head on with it. So all I'm hearing is I I didn't follow all the sign God was showing me because from what she sees, it's so clear that this person doesn't want to get married to you. He doesn't even love you. Let's even start with love. This person does not even love you, doesn't even like you. Because somebody that likes you to an extent will even unburden you to an extent. But this one did not even show you any inkling of like, talk more of loving you. And yet, you were delusional enough to still want to marry the person. I, I want to ask you guys, in this case now, who do we blame? Do we blame this man or do we blame this woman? Do we blame the man or do we blame this woman? Me, I'm blaming the woman. I'm blaming her. There's nothing you will tell me. Because the man from the onset showed her who he is. But she was the one that kept, forcing herself on it. Uh-uh. How can I be planning a wedding? And I'm the only one planning. Am I marrying myself? This is just a case of somebody marrying herself because she even paid for it. I'm guessing the man was after she has money to waste, so why would I dissuade her? The man has obviously told her that I don't want to marry you. Even 6 months to the wedding, he kept telling you, oh, I don't want to marry you, I'm marrying you, even with his actions and his words. Yet it was not enough for you. Come on, guys, come on, come on. Ah, I think we women, we need to learn how to be accountable and responsible for our actions. Do you get? Let's be accountable. This person I've shown you, sphere that I don't like you. It's obvious you're the one forcing it. See now, okay, I want to ask a question. What are the lessons we are taking away from this? And I got my own lessons. What are the lessons you are taking from this? Let us know in the comment section. That is not enough to make me say, oh, I don't want to get married if it's hard, it's married. No, I know what I want. And when I see it, I will be able to identify it. She mentioned premarital counseling. The guy didn't even like her. Right? Maybe the way I'm seeing it, maybe he wanted to use that and avenue to also show her that it's also like her. Maybe she will now finally accept. The reason why I said so is because I have a friend that is currently doing premarital counseling, and she keeps telling me that this is one of the best lessons this is one of the best decisions they've taken, that is exposing them to their flaws that they won't have looked at, is making them ask questions that on their own they won't have asked, and is making them, come together because they're getting to know themselves better and better. They're resolving issues that is helping them that is teaching them how to resolve conflict without, fighting each other. And like, when she's talking, like, the way I'm looking at her like, oh, I'm looking forward to my own. That is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to expose you to things that on a normal day you wouldn't have been thinking of. So I'm thinking that that's what happened here. The guy wanted to use that avenue to show her, but she didn't still take, because she didn't. There's all the premarital casting they did. She hated it. What other this thing were you looking for? Am I the only one saying it like that? One, you didn't even like the pastor. For me, that's enough. For me as a Christian, that's enough for me. If I don't like the pastor that my future husband is the church is attending, because when we get married, that's likely where we'll attend. Why would I want to subject myself to that kind of torture? Come on, guys. I'm out of here. Let me tell you about my Afro inspired peers, Afrocentric peers. So yeah, it's a new business of mine because when I wear design clothes and wear, people always ask me, "Oh, where did you buy it from?" So why don't I start selling it? It's always been a long dream of mine. So this patch on this patch you're seeing here. We call it adire in my country, Nigeria. So everything from my shop will be shipped from Nigeria, done, handmade. Everything is handmade. Even this earring is handmade. This patches, you can see it's different adire patches. They're all different adire patches on the outfit. So when you go on my website, you see different colors. But for now, I have the two pictures you see on my website, just this and the white and blue stripe. But we also have it in red stripe. We have it in black and white stripe. We also have it, just go on the site, but on the website. But the pictures are not on the website, all those other ones I've mentioned, but just know they're available in case if you want it in blue, you want it in black, you want it in red. We got you. It's on the website. Kindly support this growing business of mine. These are handmade. For production takes 14 days. After 14 days, it will be shipped. If you're in US, UK, Canada, other African countries, it will be shipped to you after 14 days of production. And within 14 days again, you should be expecting yours. Those in my country, Nigeria, 2 to 5 days, you get yours. Other country, you know, within 14 days you get yours, and it depends on the courier. You guys know that one is not in my hands. But yeah, thank you for those of you that will be supporting my business. Looking forward to doing business with you. And for those that want to order in bulk, you want to sell wherever you are, take the email in the description and send your order in that email, via the email, so that it will be attended to you. I will also leave my number strictly for those that want to make bulk purchase. Use the number in the description so that you chat me direct on WhatsApp. We'll do business with you. No matter the number you want, we'll have it done for you. If you want in a Akara design, adire, just two-piece adire, bubu adire, trouser pants adire, anyone you want. If you want it in bulk, we'll have you. We can even customize for you. Yes, if you have your design, you want us to customize in a direct design for you, we'll do that also. Because African designs need to be seen worldwide. Hence why I'm doing what I'm doing. Looking forward to doing business with you guys. Bye.